teacher was in the audience. I didn't even know she was.
Lots.
And most of them were not people I recognized from the library. Although I did see some regular library users
Yeah,
there.
definitely saw some. I know Tony recognized several from coming into the store a lot. Troy always comes with his own following.
Yeah. Again, I can't remember his him, but the guy who haunted Iowa books I had up in Iowa is my biggest program that I ever had. And I'd say this probably our biggest adult program since I've been here. When you think of in the last 11 years they had over 40 people.
Not for a program like that.
I wonder what kind of attendance we'll have for Adam White's.
Certainly good.
Carl says start with him, but he'll be here.
Okay.
Kayla, you just texted me, she's on her way.
Okay. Let me get my first stamp. Oh. I'm like, oh, you get a, Scott was like, you get a gift. I'm like, oh. I'll take it out of
Yeah.
Really nice. So.
Now you don't have to worry one break.
Like my
Just.
freaking first,
That's me. I'm sent you that video.
it was my first, the first Brewworks one has broken.
Oh no.
I have one like that one.
Are we going to the study session? I think you're saying we're going to. Okay. I heard that from Katie last night, so I'll check.
Yeah, I asked Tim, how do I thread the needle? Because I don't want to stand up there and say, we're asking you to give us $285,000 that you're fine. But I also don't want to say, Tim told me that you're going to give us this. So how do I thread that needle? Because maybe it's best you don't come. And we never have in the past. It's not like that would be a break from tradition. Us going would be a break from the tradition. I'm not opposed to it, but I mean, I realize.
Yeah.
Look, we didn't ask for them to give us that money. We asked for them to levy a tax for that money. It's going to be a very abbreviated city librarian report that I'll send probably tomorrow. Because part of the reports, I've only got one so far.
And it's
It's
a
moved
week
up.
earlier,
Yeah,
so you can't expect to get a full report.
I'll get you as much as I can, but. Thanks for the dumpster. It was very popular.
Good. They are satisfying. Just like, ooh, yes, I can purge so many things. Just all the
I tell you what,
spots.
I'm this close to getting one. Maybe I'll take a week off in the spring and just say, I'm going to fill up one of those 15-yarders.
Yep.
Yeah, we got one when we destroyed our deck, like on the back of the house. So we
Yeah,
were able to get like rid of a
I'm
bunch
just
of
going to
others.
do it from stuff that I've got.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
want
yeah.
anymore.
We've
Well,
gotten
that
one,
was the other, like
every
nice
few
one.
years we've gotten one just to purge.
I'm,
And sometimes we don't fill it up, but then I just call my mom and say, hey, if you have something you trying to get rid of, right over
there
here,
you go.
there's room.
I mean, the price is not terrible.
No.
So it's,
It's nice to just get it all out in one go.
costs in there, I'm like, I don't know, plus electronic items.
I don't know, does it have like a computer in it? Yeah, that might, I haven't had it.
Computer's unusable, and a lot of times what we'll do is just drill a hole through the hard drive,
Yeah,
but, I think it has to be recycled, doesn't it?
yeah, that would be my guess. TVs and computers. That
So we did put it in there, but.
Yeah, if I could convince my mom to just go out of town for a weekend and let me go through her house and have a dumpster in the driveway.
Like, I mean,
Oh,
my
I'd be in
parents'
heaven.
house, like my dad, I love my dad so much, and he is also a bit of a hoarder.
Yeah,
Like, and-
that's
I mean,
my
he
mom.
has like videotapes of like how to fly an airplane from like 1990 or something, and I'm like, I don't think you have anything that could even play these on, and I don't think that this equipment is probably still available. Like, there's 1,000 reasons why this is not, like, he just has a room full of junk.
We
Yeah.
had the estate sale after Mom passed. And my sister bought the house, she's still getting her stuff, but, I think we sold 55 decorative pillows. I mean, she just never turned loose at anything ever. Ever.
Yeah, my sister-in-law, her grandma had passed away, and they had, I don't know if you guys saw it, was a Mount Zion fabric sale. It was literally
Oh,
like
yeah.
2
Yeah.
rooms full of fabric and crafting and like stuff like that. But then they had a second sale, because she, and this was all in like this one house. They had, all their kids were gone, so like, they just had, like, and so then the second sale was like a bunch of like craft things. And so like, it was literally 2 rooms of church in Mount Zion that was like full to the brim. They were selling it by the pound. Like, and I mean, I don't know how you get it. My parents' house is not that bad.
But when I stayed with Mom 2 months before she passed, she had surgery, and I stayed, and took care of her for a week, and, I would go get the mail, because we had town mail, bring mail to you, gotta go to the post office and get it. I'd go get the mail and then bring it to her, and she'd always get these little catalogs for everything, and I'd be like, most of that you can toss. She's like, nope. And she would go through every page, and she would order stuff, snail mail, every
Oh,
day.
boy.
That's adorable.
I'm so sorry I'm late. There was a mutiny in the bingo hall.
We're so,
I'm not kidding. In any way, shape, or form.
that's so bad.
There was a mutiny in the bingo, what?
Yeah, there was a mutiny in the bingo hall today.
Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness.
The girls were mad because their prizes weren't what they wanted.
Did you order the prizes? No.
But apparently I'm going to start.
It sounds serious.
Yeah,
Very
what?
serious. You know what I still have in my purse?
I still have mine in my purse.
And I can pull them out like every once in a while. I do. Alright.
I've got a couple on my desk and I've had to watch a bunch of training videos and it's helped me concentrate on my training videos.
Yep. I thought it was my pen, which is also the same color. So I'll call the meeting to order. 4:35. So we've got the consent agenda. So the minutes and we just got started. The agenda and the minutes. Does anybody want to make a motion to approve? Any changes?
Ashley will make a motion to approve.
I need a second.
Oh, I'll second.
Alright. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Alright. And passes, public comments.
should pay a price for, if they are not responsible. And I told him I would pass that along to you. I told him I had no interest in changing the policy back, but I would report it to you guys. And also reminding, we get a lot more of our stuff back this way. So it's not really a loss.
Yeah, the goal is to get our materials returned, not necessarily to penalize people for not returning it on time.
What I didn't suggest to him, and I may, when I call him back, is that he can give a donation if he's, because he said he feels like, he's like, when I work late, I need to pay a price. And I'm like, he can give a donation if he wants to.
Absolutely.
To feel.
We would love that.
I mean, I feel, I also know that I am so responsible for being late so many times on so many, so I'm like, ooh, so much.
But there is a penalty. You can't check
out.
Google, you can't.
I came in here like, I was like, I just returned my thing and it's not popping up. And she was like, well, it's because they're not from they're like from another library, so I have to physically check. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I'll give you the day. Seems like you're busy right now, I'll give you the day. And so, but I was like so eager to check something out on Google, and I was like,
And I mean, there are fees, like, if you don't return the materials.
Right, so anyway, I told him, and he may, and if he's not satisfied, I will tell him he can come and talk to you guys.
We would love a donation.
But, I mean, he seemed very earnest, and, because he was talking about himself, he's like, I'm late a lot, and I need to pay a price for this, so.
wow, I feel the consequence.
Yeah, no kidding.
Apparently he's not a Simpler user.
Apparently he hasn't heard about the DPL's flogging policy.
Our new business is the library use guidelines. What's that?
So it's nothing about the first part, which is the rules. It's about, this is the first document in your packet is the current
Yes.
library use guidelines. After the number 12, it's sort of, it enumerates your powers as the board and what you delegate to us. And this went before a committee that Melissa's the liaison to that committee, and these are the recommended changes to that they came up with. I reviewed them. I have no, you see the only change I made was just some language change. They're not real substantive. I don't think there's any real changes of powers.
That should be she.
No, that's
Oh,
the
that's
current.
the.
That's the
oh,
current.
is it?
Yeah, the next document is the changes. But I reviewed this last week. I had it for a long time, and I just got to review it. There were some comments you see on the second page of the revisions, but I think the word exclusion is fine because that's what the law says. The law, state law gives you guys the authority to exclude a patron from library services is the language that it uses.
The other thing is that it's suspension.
Yeah.
So that wasn't highlighted in here, but it's in here.
Yeah.
Which is banned. It says banned in here. This says suspended.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's a,
Which I know that we're moving towards
yeah,
suspension.
we changed that language in our reporting from ban to suspension. Because that's what it is. It's not, I mean, we're not, these aren't lifetime bans. The one thing I would want to change is a couple things here. It says, not to exceed 1 year. I don't think we want to put that. I mean, I think we want to have the lifetime ban in our pocket. Jordan, our attorney, says we can do it, and as long as there's a way for them to appeal annually. They can come back circumstances, it's indicated. Matter of fact, there's a couple that I want to talk to them about that we recently banned for 1 year. And I need to talk to Jordan about, say, does this meet the criteria? You know, a guy who was like literally grabbing random women as they walked by. And later in the day race, so.
Oh, that,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Not here at the library.
Someplace else.
Yes, I remember that.
So you guys hadn't seen this before, and I don't know, can you add any insight to any of that? I know it's been a while since you guys.
We approved it back in July. I don't have anything to add. As the committee is satisfied if the board is happy. And we had no intentions of even touching this part until we were asked to, which we did happily.
Yeah, again, I would, and it doesn't change like in the vision heads that any staff can ask somebody to leave for the day. The vision heads can ban for a week, and that's if, you know, if I'm on vacation, you know, at least that, and I can come back and review when I get back.
So you
It
just
does
want to
say-
change it so
It does,
you would not need our approval to issue a suspension greater than 1 year?
no, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it.
Okay. Because the previous paragraph does say
Yeah, you're right,
suspensions in
it does.
excess of 1 year may be recommended by the city librarian but require board approval.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with
Okay.
that. I think that's, I think we talked with Jordan and then bounce it by you guys.
Yes, I agree. There will probably be some cases where we do want it to last longer than 1 year, and they can appeal yearly, but
So do we want to add language for that after trying?
The language about bringing it to board approval after consulting with legal, or
No, I think the language, I think is what you were saying, right? Or,
no, the language there is just in the previous
Maybe
paragraph.
suspensions in excess of 1
I was
year.
just clarifying if Rick was saying that
No, I'm okay.
he didn't want
I'm
to
actually,
have to have
I think
board
that's,
approval.
I think
for
that's
that.
good. It's not going to happen very often.
No.
And, you know, if we're going to go nuclear, probably it'd be good to bring it to you guys for approval.
so then we would need to have language for that on the yearly appeal.
That we would have to put it, yes. So, let's see, how about suspensions in excess of 1 year? In the case of suspensions in excess of 1 year, the suspended patron may appeal to the board annually, or,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
Suspended you guys feel about, so we had quoted law, in the current version, we quote law that gives you that authority. You okay with taking that out? I mean, the law is there whether we quote it or not, so.
About the ban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think many people outside of the individual particular bans that care different, right? So I'm getting just the main changes, the language between around the years, or the yearly opinion.
That's it, that's the only thing for me that is, I think the rest of it's fine. I know there was questions about, when it's minors, the parents will be notified and advised of the consequences of further instances. And we're not currently doing that, but it's very easy to change the form later to reflect that. I think we should,
Yeah, I think
you know.
it should. Yeah, and those are the only other changes. You'll send this out, revised out?
Yep.
Okay, before, so we
Yeah,
can.
and I'll just make it into one document.
Okay, so with the changes recommended, or talked about, Carl is motioning,
Yes.
alright. Any other?
Actually, a second.
Any other discussion, on the library's guidelines? All in favor? Any opposed? Any other new business?
Oh, I guess I should mention that we offered and contingent upon, we offered Rhonda Patton, the position that was vacated by Michelle Whitehead, pending the results of the criminal background check and drug test. She will be in October 27th.
What is our drug?
What's
What
that?
is our drug testing policy? And is it archaic? Is my question.
It is. It is, and we just came up once before. They are still testing for cannabis. And when we had someone that was positive, city said they were going to withdraw the offer, and I said, well, why? And we then called our attorney, and he recommended that, so that was city's practice, and he recommended that we follow city practice.
Oh, is this going?
No, this was not long after cannabis was made decriminalized in Illinois.
I'm gonna say officially not revise, but we need to go over that policy again.
I can bring that policy to you guys. And it's really, and here's the thing, the policy, if I recollect correctly, does not say that we will not. It says that we may not. So positive, I think it says positive results for cannabis test may result in your job being let. But Jordan's recommendation was, if that's the way the city's doing it, we should stay consistent with that. I think if the written policy is changed, that might change his mind, because that, again, that the word is may, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's more, if you test positive for alcohol at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you go for this test, we've got a problem. If it's cannabis, it might have been 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It might have eaten a gummy 2 weeks ago on a Friday night, and it's not against the law, so I just.
And it might be for your pain management.
And in this case, it was.
Really?
In this particular case, it was, well, it was medical. I don't know what it's for pain management specifically, but it was medical. I was very uncomfortable by the whole thing.
I mean, if someone in the community wants to start a Blunts and Books Club here, well, I'm not here for library, but you know, that's just, I'm okay with it, so I think we should have policies that, represents
bring that, I can bring that policy, I can bring that policy next month.
Appreciate it, Dick.
So, yeah, she'll start October 27th. And, yeah, if she tests positive for cannabis, we got a
Discussion.
discussion to have.
Sticky situation.
Don't expect that, but,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you guys, about this next one. My recommendation is this, the clean copy you have in your packet was revised again today based on staff comments.
Okay.
You've had a chance to look at this, and I think it all reflects what we talked about, but I had a few more changes.
I have, just for clarification, I have some management status comments that we made.
Correct. Yeah.
So is this from today?
That's the clean copy is for today.
Okay.
Um,
I have my copy that I think that's here.
Well, or, I mean, I'm sorry, I should refer to the chair, however you want to, it's a monster. That's,
It is a lot.
but I did get some comments in the last week from staff that are affected by it, and I can share those with you. And tell you what I, so one of them was the rollover vacation time, which we expected would be, and here's,
Ready for our conversation on that?
There she is.
okay, so if on your clean copy, page 7, this is my recommendation. This is less stringent than the union, what's in the union contract, but I'm okay with a week in some circumstances. I just think they need to have this, again, keep in mind, we're talking about 5 weeks of vacation for a lot of management staff. They've got 5 weeks of vacation, so if they roll over a week, now next year they've got 6 weeks. And we're short-staffed as it is. It's hard to manage. But I'm okay with them being able to roll. I still don't think it should be automatic. I think there should be a discussion. I would be very rarely going to say no. And in the union contract, it says you have to be denied your vacation request twice in the year in order to roll over any. I hold that language out, but I do think.
What was their issue with it though? Like what was that?
Are we on page 5?
Or issues?
Yeah, it's on page 7 of the clean copy. Let me see.
Accumulation of vacation leave. The accumulation of vacation leave, is that right?
Yes.
Page 7, we don't have a copy of what.
Page 7, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Aha, okay. Great.
I guarantee you when I got here, there was a few staff with more than 6 weeks vacation on the books. One in particular had about 9. It took years to get caught, to get it in. I just don't want to sit, I mean, 6 is hard enough. But what the staff who brought this to me, it's, cushion, the word cushion, it's nice to have a cushion. And that,
A cushion for them to have a heat right.
If something happens.
Where they spend 6 weeks in Bali.
yeah.
FMLA?
Yeah, I mean, if you're sick, yes, that's another cover. But I just think, and some staff only, to be fair, some staff only have 2 weeks of vacation. And your first year, you only got 1 week of vacation. So, not everybody has, it depends on, tenure, when you were hired, and I just think 40 is generous. And I think that they need to have a conversation, and at least talk about it, and here's why.
That's, I mean, that's how it works in my world. In the corporate world, you only get 5 days, 40 hours. Like, it's a pretty normal.
So, I think it's, and when I said, well, I'll take out the language about you have to be denied, I think that made them, I think that was satisfactory.
Like I say, it's your place to do so. I'm just curious if happened in the conversation where you expressed the back end where at a certain point it's going to become potentially, not guarantee, but very well become detrimental to the library from a personnel standpoint where we already short staffed.
Sure, operation.
Obviously, yeah, operational where people already have to, sorry, have to, but obviously we've consolidated over the past couple of months to a year, so people have more responsibility, maybe more defined, maybe that means it's more efficient for folks, but I just at a certain point, as you said, it's very generous, and I just find it interesting. I guess is the word I'll use, that there's pushback on that.
Yeah,
But if you've been used to it being a different way, then any type of change will impact.
people are loss averse, they don't want to lose things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not losing it. I'm not taking that week away. We're just encouraging to use it instead of rolling over and do it.
So what it used to say was, you automatically you can roll over 40 hours, and you can get more if you get permission from the city library. That's what it used to say. I think this is better.
Use your 40.
Other changes since I sent this out. One of just a wording change on page 4, I think it is, yeah, under performance evaluation. I changed it to say this evaluation will generally be scheduled to occur each November rather than scheduled each November, because that made it sound like in November we'd schedule it. Let's see
Oh,
if that-
yeah.
Okay, so we got that fixed. Also on that same paragraph, it did say merit raises are discretionary. I put whose discretion it's at. Merit raises and decreases are at the city librarian's discretion. Then on page 9, again, these are just changes since I sent this out, not, let's see. Yes, I'm sorry, it's on page 8 under B, accumulation of sick leave. Yeah, actually, I didn't change, the question was, is it supposed to happen every year? And the answer is that yes, in the union contract, each year in January, if they have over 400 hours of sick leave accumulated, they get another bonus day that they can use. And the reason that was put in the union contract, because there was a lot of staff who were just using sick day as a guaranteed day off every month. They get a sick day, on the first of the month, and they would take that sick day every single month. So we said, let's get an incentive to stockpile it. There are other incentives, okay? Like if you get really sick and you've got a bunch of sick time, you can, and staff have experienced this. And the other is in IMRF, Kayla, you probably know this, you can apply accumulated sick time towards your retirement.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing to have some sick time banked for a lot of reasons. So, but again, they've got to use that bonus day in the year they get it. And then we go to the family stuff. So bereavement, I changed some of the language there. And I know I think the discussion was that maybe sick time and bereavement time, the family members affected didn't need to match up, because we could see while you're I took out some of the gender-specific language, and I added domestic partner. And then last thing was civic donation. That was on page 10. We did not indicate whether that leaves, so we can grant up to 5 hours annually for things like giving blood, other volunteer work, and the language is paid, or excuse me, language says, as current language says given leave, and I'll indicate that, make sure we do that is paid leave. So it's up to 5 hours a year. Those are the changes since I sent it out.
So let's just go back to page 1. On the training period, I have notes that we were gonna potentially strike it. I don't know if the division heads like decided to keep it because of like training may not necessarily be applicable.
Oh, I think the thing was that it was since we're at will employees anyway, do we really need it?
And you were gonna
I-
ask them.
Yeah. And I don't know that we had that discussion, to be honest with you. I don't think it is harmful in any way. It may not be all that useful because, I mean, we can. It makes more sense in a union contract because they have a contract.
Yeah.
The management staff are at will, and they can be, including me, let go for a good reason, a bad reason, no reason at all, as long as it's not a discriminatory reason. So I could go either way on this one. I'm happy to strike it. It really gains us anything. Except for the part about the evaluation, I think we still want to do a 6-month evaluation.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with leaving it for right now if you take it back and then have, because, yeah. That's like the main, I don't know, it's like the main.
I changed the meal and rest period to, I just took it out of the law. And I probably don't need to put the link to the law in there, when we strike that. It's the work shifts. I put language in there about breaks for nursing mothers, that the space will be arranged in advance with the employee supervisor, if we were talking about, the line.
Yeah. Is there any other conversation about any of the other changes other than what you've already changed?
Nope.
Okay. I like the simplification.
Things.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a beast.
I know there's like a lot of like specific, laws and so, yeah.
Well, we incorporated all of Jordan's suggestions in here. And, Betty Jo looked at it and said, and I also changed all so the only part-time person we have doesn't work 20 hours. She works 25, and sometimes as much as 30. So she wasn't getting prorated benefits. So I changed every instance of where it was 20 hours to prorated. staff, but not me. I've grown to hate this policy. It was one of those 6 weeks.
Like, have to open this file again.
Because I'm sure we'll forget something. Okay. Is there any other discussion on this? Anybody want to make a motion to send this to the full board for approval? Or we still,
It's the question we gave with
With the-
caveats and changes that
yes.
we just discussed,
yeah,
including the rolling over.
he's already.
So that's already, yeah, that's
in the
already.
clean, in the
So
clean.
it's already been
In
kind
the
of,
clean copy, yes.
okay, so it's already been explained.
Yeah, it's the only thing that, the only edit to what, from this clean copy is I will strike the link to the law about lunch breaks. But, yeah, it's in there.
Make a motion, we're gonna have to carry out another thing in the road, please, if we will continue that discussion.
Like at all,
Motion
or
makes-
just,
I don't think that we need to go past 6, like 5, what is it? 5 weeks in total?
It's, well,
40 hours.
it's 40 hours.
No
period.
more
So-
than
So
40.
we have a range of anywhere from 1 week to 5 weeks of vacation. Some
Not sure
staff,
based upon seniorities.
yeah.
I think there needs to be a cap on that, and minimum, person myself, that's a step cap, and go to.
there is a cap though in this,
Being 5 weeks.
The 5 days, 5 days.
Yeah, that's the
40
annual piece.
hours.
I'm talking about the banking accrual over the time period where someone has 5 to 6 weeks that they can apply in one single calendar year.
but that's their vacation though.
You could never have more than 6 weeks, because if you, everybody can roll over 1 week. We did stop the big bank, okay, so the
Yes.
most anybody could ever have is 6, which I still think is a lot. I agree. And I was doing it for years. I finally put an end to it. I'm not rolling it over anymore, but I was doing it, you know,
It's a lot.
every year. And then you go, okay, how am I gonna use 6 weeks of vacation? I mean,
The point is, use the vacation.
Exactly.
Take the health time. It's
Exactly.
paid, do this and that.
Yeah.
But sometimes there are instances that prevent it. And I don't, maybe I could have used it sooner, but I was scheduled to be off the week of Thanksgiving, but we hired a new person. And I could just have not been here that week, but I usually spend the first week, sometimes 2 weeks with a new person. So I don't know that I could have taken that week elsewhere before my anniversary date. I think it's happened to me twice in the 12 years that I've been in management where I've had 5 weeks. But it always happened because something prevented me from taking
Yeah, I think,
pre-scheduled
and
time
that's
off.
why I think it needs to be cleared with, I think there needs to be a discussion. You had that other time when everybody just called off, you got your entire
Yes.
vacation, so you
Yes.
so you kept coming in.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that it hasn't been, I've had people who have rolled it over so that they can have an extra week to take that 2-week vacation.
I think it needs to be taken,
Right.
an instance at a time, and I think that,
There have been abuses and we have dealt with them and we have written contracts to make sure it got taken care of. But it also has happened because it just wasn't typically feasible. It had been scheduled in advance and they just weren't
But it
able
was-
to happen.
it's not as problematic now as it was 11 years ago.
Well, I was also say there's 2 of the main ones that deal with, I guess, not decisions, but the implications and ramifications of someone not being here for this, that, and the other. So people who live in the woodhouse and do it and handle it, and how much it.
I have mixed feelings on it. I'm going to be honest with you, but I don't think it should be automatic. I don't think it should just be you don't even have to have any justification. I think that, there has to be a conversation, so.
We do have
Makes sense.
first. And you are.
Peace?
The second is needed.
Oh.
Oh. I was like, you're leaving?
Ashley will second.
Alright, any other discussion? Alright, all in favor? Aye. Alright, that will be sent to the full board.
On the county board, I would just do abstain. I do abstentions all the time, and they love it.
No. Nay.
Is there any other old business? Then, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Ashley will second.
All in favor?
Nay.
While we're still here, just going through this timeline, so we are here today, study session on Monday.
No,
No study session.
They
not
changed.
going to this, no.
Not that we're going.
He changed
So the
it.
study session, yes, there is a study session on the sixth.
Because then my question is going to pertain to the emails, because I was reading through those, and I did it on my phone, so I'm not glad a thread is really annoying to read on a mail app. I should have done that on my computer, but, so, okay, the study session is Monday. We are meeting FNP next week on the 8th, and the decision being made by the council is the 20th.
Correct.
Understood. So now with that being said, you know, surmise or update me again, I guess maybe all of us are not privy to that, about what the game plan is.
I sent the finance packet out just a little while ago, so you'll have that, but, I mean, my recommendation, and I think I've heard from a couple of you, is to take the deal that's on the table. I think it's the best we're gonna get this year, and then get back to work, lobbying. And we've got the public awareness campaign. We can roll it out next year with only a couple of tweaks, and it'll still be just as relevant. But I'm thinking I think we work on council individually, continue to do that individually, and if by, say, June or July of next year, maybe June will be better, if we feel like we haven't made the progress we need to make, then we go ahead and go to the public and say this, and, and maybe our conversations become public. Maybe we're standing in front of, council, and making our case during, but that's my thinking. You guys,
I'm understanding why you come back.
so,
Oh, my, right, why you.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't like it either. I don't like taking a gift. We're taking a gift.
It's just, I feel it, for this is now, it's city gate should continue past it, but we got that about that road, so. I'm not a fan of that, I like confronting things, but nevertheless, that's where we're at, so.
And it's just a transition, also. But it could be better, it could be worse. That's the thing.
Watch Greg become an MC manager.
I don't think he wants to stick around.
Pure jokes, good news. But also it's a cage, so I would
I've heard
expect.
Shane Green, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's the top round, absolutely. Lunacy, but If they heard lunacy, I said it.
No, you're like that.
It is hassle, right?
No, I know.
That was like the first day to the street,
Oh,
asked a
just
question,
wonder why.
everyone's like,
I met
water,
Shane
blah, 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 and I'm like,
I will admit, I definitely
What is
appreciate
the bond?
Randall's care more than Jess's. But that's me personally.